I'm Domna, and I was in AVID. I'm in New York City, and I work as a sales engineering manager for a software company called FullStory. So I went to Greenwich High, was in AVID. I went to a small school in New Hampshire for a year. After that, it's a lot easier to transfer once you've already gone to school. So I went out to Boulder, Colorado to CU Boulder. It was great. I definitely suggest, if you have the opportunity, go to a college where you can experience more than just a college, studying and college parties. Like what I liked about Boulder was I went hiking, I went snowboarding, I would go to the creek, and I made friends that lived in the town of Boulder. So if you have the opportunity, I definitely suggest it. I studied journalism and another major in creative writing. And then my minor was technology, arts, and media, where I did a lot of web development, digital design. I worked through school. I worked at a restaurant where I paid my rent, paid my bills that way. And then I always did another job that was correlated to my resume. So like I did the school paper. I worked for an app doing like marketing, writing, things of that nature. Then I moved to New York City because I wanted to be a writer and pursue writing. So I moved to New York, and finding a job was really difficult. And I was extremely poor and living in a closet. And then I finally got a job, and I remember sitting, walking out of work. I was an editor for some marketing company making really nothing. And I was like working 2 jobs at this time. And I was like, I didn't go to college to work 2 jobs when I graduate. And I left work and I was like, I didn't talk to one person at work all day. This is a bit depressing. So I'll go to the dog park. I have a dog. I overshared about my life and how I know how to code, but I don't want to be a coder. And I don't know what to do with this experience. And this woman at the dog park miraculously told me about this job position called a sales development representative for a SaaS company. So it's essentially entry-level software sales. It doesn't matter what your background is. If you have a passion to sell and you have a passion to be in tech, you can move up and make a ton of money doing software sales. And the kid I mentor, who's a college student in AVID, I'm helping him interview right now for this position. And then I moved into a more technical role, still in sales. It's called sales engineering. So there's the salespeople, and then they don't really know coding or web development. So they bring my team in. Now I'm managing a team of 7 sales engineers, which is pretty exciting. It's also only 14% women in sales engineering. So I try to pave the way for other women in my career path. You don't need a graduate degree. And my suggestion is learn hard skills in college, like build your resume, learn hard skills. The reason I got the jobs I did was knowing web development. If you are creative, but you're like, I should do marketing, but you really want to make money, like a lot of money, go into user experience design. Like there's so many different paths that you can take in tech that you don't need someone to recommend you for a job. You don't need your dad to get you a referral. You don't need a certain degree. Like anyone can get a job in tech if you know what to apply for and you have the desire. I did a lot of different jobs. I've done pretty much, a lot of different jobs. And that's how I figured out what I like doing. So don't really try a job. If you don't like it, great, you learn something from it. So something I would definitely recommend is, even working in a restaurant, I learned that I really like talking to people. Working for an app, there's parts of it I liked, parts of it I didn't like. Sales, parts I liked, didn't like. I was a brand ambassador. I've done a lot of different jobs. So do a lot of different jobs, meet a lot of people, and don't be afraid also to just be open about not knowing what you want to do, because that's how I got the job, was just being vulnerable at the dog park, and it led me to where I am today. My company took me to Cabo, Mexico for being a top salesperson. Like I work from all over the country, all over the world, Brazil, Argentina, Morocco. I travel a lot. I paid off most of my student loans from working in tech. And yeah, my parents, I was an AVID. My parents I did not come from money, and I built myself up. So I'm a big advocate of tech. If any of you ever have questions about anything in the tech world, what programs you should be applying to, what majors, let me know. And I'm happy to help out. So that's my journey in a nutshell.